motherfucking 3. You niggas can't fuck with the M.O.B. 1, 2, motherfucking 3. You niggas can't fuck with the M.O.B. This is Get So Rock music, bitch. 4-5 rock music, child music, cocaine rock moving, OG hop abusing niggas like the hustler. I was whipping kick for hours, Taliban dropping towers, hammerman, chop ups and young niggas gun clocking, dropping bombs like Testavert in a cold white.
What's good with YouTube? You already know, Big Flocko with a convict's perspective, and I'm gonna smash, dash, and slide on through with a little bit of energy. Please hit the like, subscribe, comment, do all those things to help support your boy, and hit that bell notification. Hit all to get further future fire content, man. And check this out, you already know, another one with Scrappy, another story. Man, these stories, like I said, I got a whole bunch of them, man, that I'm dropping here and there that I got several months ago, man, when he forwarded me a whole bunch of stuff, man. So once again, here's another one with his perspective of some incidents that happened, man, and his story. With that said, I'm gone.
Hey, what's poppin'? What's poppin', yo, Flocko, man? Yeah, man, okay, shit. Well, we left off on the Arthur Sowell, little rendezvous I had in San Quentin. Provided the paperwork for that. Well, the topic that you had mentioned about the Riders one, like, it's a tricky subject, man, because like I said, man, there was a court case and everything, and I was involved as well for stabbing 3 individuals in that incident. And yeah, man, like I said, man, I can do my best with it without saying no names. So shoot, without further ado, I'll jump right in it. Well, it was in May of 2019, and I had been on the yard in Corcoran 3B for 45 days already. And I had come from Lancaster, where Snoop was my neighbor, and we won't get too far into that, but yeah, he pretty much authorized some type of peace treaty between the NC and the NRs in the Riders. And as an NC, I don't have the power to say, hey, we're going to cease fire at war. And we wouldn't do that. Like, that's our whole thing. Our whole campaign is the Ronins, the Masterless Samurai. Is we just this war is war, and it can dissolve, but we're never going to have any type of treaties or anything like that. So, me and my homies had got together and be like, look, Snoop's putting this all together. I'm going to present it to his homies when I get there, and we'll see what happens, We'll see what happens. But for us, we're not going to treaty. We're going to get together, and once all of us are on certain rider yards, and amongst them within arm's reach, we'll come in contact. Everybody will get in contact, and we'll come up with a date, say like, whatever, like 4 or 5 months down the road, and on that day we'll take off on all these riders at the same time, or same weekend, whatever. And that was our plan. That was exactly our plan right there. There was no ifs and buts about it. Like, we cannot treaty. We won't do that. Like, too much had been said. Too much, was going on. Like, he tried to deem an entire yard in Salinas Valley all bad because I was there. Because I was there, and as one of the co-founders, he was like, he's got to get knocked down, whatever. And it was what it was. Everybody, rebelled against that. Like, bro, Scrappy didn't do nothing, bro. You just hating on the brother because he's outshining you, and you have your ways and he has his. And that was basically it. That was the gist of it. So I get there and I tell all these individuals, look, man, this is what's popping. Your homie sent me with this kite, man, and look, this, that, and the other, and it is what it is. You can accept it or you don't have to. Like, I'm not a programmer. Like, I'm gonna come out here, bro, and if y'all want to get in the middle of the field, we can actually do that. Like, it was what it was. I just come fresh off of Donovan. We made the news on that event, 8 of us, with 2 knives apiece, rocked it against, a certain amount of 2-5ers, and it was what it was. So, we're getting, like, when you're fresh coming off a war and things like this, battle, like everything else becomes like undaunting to you. Like everywhere we went, it was just war, war, war. You know, making headlines, and you know these riders that I encountered there, they were more like of the dope fiend persuasion. They were more like, you know, all into getting high and whatnot, and they were like, well, look, man, that's the president, and you know, if he says it's all good, it's all good, and you know, certain things were done, or whatever, to confirm that it was that their so-called president was, you know, pretty much asking to cease fire amongst us, and they went along with it. They went along with it so far that they pretty much considered me one of them, and I had to back them up a couple times. Like, hey, bro, you guys are doing your own thing, bro. I'm an NC, I'm the West Coast, homie. Like, you know, the Viejos are a separate branch. Like, there was no 2.5s allowed on that yard either in Corcoran 3B. So, like, there came a time when there was one in there in one of the buildings. I was on 5 block, and there was one in like 2 block, and I was like, look, bro, if this food comes out right now, I'm gonna butcher these dudes. Like, it is what it is. Like, we're at war with these dudes, and I mean, there's nothing going on, and with the woo. So they were like, nah, just chill, fool. Like let these other cars do it. Let the IRs and the green lighters and all these other cars, you know, handle them. Because the riders had taken a back seat. They were the ones that got smashed on by the 2.5s right there in Corcoran. You know, a couple of them had got butchered up, and you know, then they went to war with them, and then they made an agreement with other cars that were there. Like, look, we're not going to let these dudes walk here. Okay, so the riders did a couple incidents where the 2.5s weren't allowed, and you know, they handled their business. But then a year went along, and all these other cars that were, you know, assigned to the agreement to not allow 2.5s to walk that yard, you know, they were doing all the heavy lifting. They were doing the blasting. The riders just took a back seat and just, you know, pretty much parlayed. So I even had those other groups approach me and be like, look, bro, we don't even want these riders here, man. We want to make it so your NC homies can come over here and you know, do this and that. And I was like, okay, but like I said, man, I was always awaiting my agenda of what's gonna go on, and when I'm contacted, and when this date's gonna happen to, you know, take flight around the state on all riders. So, you know, the day comes, and you know, I'm gonna say this, like, I'm not someone who takes anything away from anybody. Like, their calculation and their execution could have went a lot smoother, to where, shoot, I wouldn't be here right now. You know, had they had the right, you know, equations, you know, formulated, and you know, like, but they had like a rudimentary like method of trying to attack me, but they didn't have the right people in place, and they didn't have the conviction, and they didn't have, you know, the wit about it. So, you know, I'm posted up, man. Some black dudes are fighting, and you know, they're getting off, and the riders come out, you know, from Pill Call, from their buildings, and there's like 6 of them out there, and they were like, hey, bro, this and that, fucking, you know, on some dope shit, you know, we had business going on. And I was like, all right, well, these black dudes are fighting, and one comes to like sit by me. But mind you, these guys are all like spread out, like, but like very loosely, like they didn't know what was gonna happen, or they just wanted to watch from a safe distance, whatever. And I'm sitting on like these push-up bar things, which is like, I don't know, like these parallel bars, but they're on the ground, so you can do push-ups on. And I'm sitting on the edge of one, and I basically only had a check-in weapon on me, because, you know, Corcoran, they grab your nuts and everything when they search you when you come out to yard. So I was at yard, and you know, you can't have a metal weapon out there. I could, but I was trying to get one out to bury. And you know, I'm sitting on these bars, and this dude who I knew as a rider comes behind, and like, I'm watching him gonna sit down next to me, or where the hell is he going? So I kind of look, and he just says something stupid like, oh, you got something coming, and like strikes his arm out, but like in like, I don't know, it was a weird way, like push his arm forward, like I don't know what he's watching, like he's swashbuckling or something, I don't know, like he watching Three Musketeers or something. Like I never seen somebody get hit like that. So I just duck my head forward, and it hits me like in the back of my neck, like where the cortex is at. Mind you, I say, hey, that was a good shot. Had he executed it right, you know, could have possibly paralyzed me, or, you know, taken me out. So he hits me right there, and then like boom, and then he hits me like on my shoulder, and then he scampers off, like he skips off, like, and he just looking at me, and I pop up, and I had my wooden piece. It was a Lincoln log, bro. It was a Lincoln log, straight up, straight from the visiting room. It's a child's toy, like something that the kids play with, a little green log. It was like 4.5, 5 inches long, and I pop out with that, like, what's up, bro? Like, he takes off running. I'm like, okay. So I start chasing after him, and then his homies, like, they kind of like make a little U shape, like, so he can get away. And they're like, hey, Scrap, hey, bro, hey, get down, bro. Hey, bro, like, that's it, man, it's over. And I was like, what's up, bro? What's this about, bro? And they were like, hey, bro, it's over, Scrap, man, just get down. And I'm like, you got me fucked up, bro. And I rushed this one individual who my homie had knocked out. This dude had tried to get out of his cuffs. And this little cat, he was from down south, but he was a rider. And he tries to swing this piece, and like it hits me like on my back of my shoulder, and I wrap his arm with my left hand, and I just start stabbing him. I just went ballistic on him, boom, boom, just whacking the hell out of him. And his homies all back up towards the fence, and like they're almost like hugging the fence, like, but watching him, but like with their back against it. And I take this dude to the ground. This dude's screaming, help, compas, help, he's stabbing me, compas, help. And finally, one of them gets some nuts about him, and he comes and he tries to kick me in the face. Boom, he hits me in the face. And I'm still stabbing this dude, like, like unfazed by it. I'm like just getting him. And boom, he hits me the second one. I felt that one. I was like, oh, okay, shoot, that's what's up. So I get up, and he like throws this weird swing, and I sock on my left hand, and his glasses fly off. And I start stabbing him in the neck. I grab him by his shirt and start stabbing him in the neck, stabbing him in the arm, stabbing him in the collarbone. Like, I got all the paperwork right here, bro. Same thing, bro. Like, ain't nobody victimized nobody, bro. Like, the dude that was on the ground, that dude ended up being life flighted. You know what I mean? That dude was gone. And and two other ones came up, and they tried to do little marshmallow punches, hit me in the head, and then ran off because they didn't want to get stabbed. And that was it. But I was just on this dude, and I took him to the ground. And I was on him trying to stab him, but he's blocking with his arms and kicking his feet. He's doing the cockroach. Bro, this fool was like a professional, just trying to like not get hurt, right? So he what do you call it? He stands back up, and I stand back up, and I'm like, what's up, bro? And I swing on him again and grab him by his shirt, and we lock again, the same thing. Well, his homie, I give it to this dude, man. He was this tall black dude, and he was a rider. And his homie comes from all the way across the yard, man. He's like 6'5". This dude, he was an ex-Crip, but he became a rider. And this dude ran all the way, bro. Like I said, I give it to him. He had all that. He a dope fiend too. And he still had the wind to, grab me and like pull me forward with him. He fell too, and we fell to the ground. Boom. And I roll over onto my back, and I grab him by his shirt. He had one of those janitor shirts, like not janitor shirt, but janitor jumpsuits. And like I grab him like by his collar, and I twist, and I start stabbing him in the face. And he's punching me, and his homies get up and whatnot. And they come over there, start kicking me and whatnot. But like I said, I'm just swinging full force, boom, boom. And like I said, like I was a lot healthier than them, a lot more muscular than them. Like those dudes, they do dope. They do dope. So all their punches, all their kicks, like mind you, I felt them. I'm not gonna say like, oh no, I'm just Superman. I didn't feel none of that. But I didn't have no marks. I didn't have no marks. Their hands were all bloody and whatnot afterwards. And and I'm stabbing dude on the side of the face, man. And finally the cops come with their bullets, with their they call them bomb things. They bombed things, and they blew up right on us, man. And I'm still going at it though as much as I can, and stabbing dudes in their legs and whatnot. And this thing's getting dull already. I mean, it's a wooden piece. So, everything's over. Dude runs off. Everybody runs off. I'm all white. And the bomb's right there by me. So I throw the bomb backwards, and I throw my piece backwards. What's crazy is when I threw my piece backwards, I didn't know this till after I seen the write-up and whatnot, because there was only the two other little pieces that were allegedly used against me, and they were never found, little ice picks. And the one that I threw landed in front of the dudes whose glasses I knocked off. It actually landed under him. He actually, because he couldn't see no more because his glasses were gone. So I guess like he kind of like just parked right there, right under it. And you know, when they flipped him over, he looking stunned as hell. Like, I mean, I wish you could see the picture. He looking down like, what the hell? That ain't mine. I was like, oh shoot, that's messed up. But you know, so they get me, and the cops come. They throw all this saline on me and this stuff, and they're like, hey, you know, you gotta go in the ambulance. And I'm like, look, man, I'm not trying to jump in no ambulance. I'm not trying to do none of that. So they were like, man, now you gotta go, man. I said, man. So they take me to the little clinic in the little ERV, and I go right there, and they're like, look, man, they X-rayed me. Nothing's wrong with you. And you know, they're like, boom, you just got to get your pass, and you're gonna go back to the cages in the program office on 3BR. So you know, and then you're gonna go to ADSEG. So I'm like, okay. So mind you, I'm just sitting there, and like I said, I had a check-in weapon, so I didn't feel like I didn't get that satisfaction to where I felt that I really hurt these individuals. And it was like, man, what the hell happened, man? Like, shoot, man, these dudes freaking they try to make a move, but man, I didn't you know, get that rawness of like, man, I got these dudes. But I guess I did, because then they brought bruh in that you know, I had taken to the ground and was stabbing up and was screaming. And you know, he's right there all strapped into this I don't know, them things they put on the helicopters, where you know, they lift you up. It's like that stretcher type thing, and they strap your neck in and whatnot. So yeah, man, they take dude, and he's all there strapped up. They're like, man, we got to take this dude to the helicopter pad, and you know, he's all there looking like he's crying, shirt all torn up and everything. And I was like, damn, I guess I did. Like I said, man, a lot of times it ain't the weapon, the most beautiful weapon. It's the person and the aggression and the intent behind that, you know. And yeah, man, you know, he got life flighted. You know, mind you, after that he gets life flighted taken. You know, the cop just, you know, handcuffs me, and I walk back to the program office, and I'm talking to this brother who's going to suicide watch. He was like, bro, that was you over there? He goes, damn, bro. He goes, man, I seen that. He was like, bro, you ain't got nothing on you. He goes, I was just in the gym in the cages. He goes, other two dudes in there, man, they're all stabbed up. They're all patched up, and they're all got cloth, you know, rubbing their face and trying to get the blood off them and whatnot. And I'm like, is that right? I said, damn, like, I kind of, you know, yeah, I kind of stunned myself that I even got him like that. But yeah, man, that's what ended up happening. Thank you. In the cages, chopping up with bruh, man. He like, man, he goes like, that was you. He goes like, man, he goes, all that, bro. He goes, all them dudes, and you only got 3 little band-aids. And I literally had band-aids, like the ones you put on your finger, you know, when you get a little cut or something. And I was like, yeah, I had 3 little polka dot band-aids, man. And I was like, yeah, that was it, man. But you know, it was fun. Like I said, did I feel the impact of the punches in the kick? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I felt them. But I had no visible marks, not a bloody nose, none of that. Why? I don't know. You know, I don't know. I ain't no Superman. I ain't none of that. But like I said, bro, like, it was just the intent, man. I felt, you know, you feel so disrespected, and you know, just the vengeance, like, you know, it just rises in you when somebody would even cross that threshold and, you know, attempt such a thing. Like I said, man, it was a good attempt, but their execution was just off, man. And I kind of felt embarrassed for them, because I was one of the original Norteño riders, and you know, we would have executed that, you know, at a far more greater performance than what was, you know, than these little, you know, than what these individuals had attempted. And like I said, man, it was what it was, you know. Everybody has their day. It just wasn't my day, and I ended up coming up on top, man. And you know, who's to say tomorrow won't be there? You know, I'll fall short. But like I said, bro, I just wanted to, you know, give you my inside of the story, bro, and provide the paperwork to show you. Look at their injuries, bro. Look at their injuries and look at mine. Look at where one of them ended up, and look at me. I just went right to ADSEG, you know. So it was what it was, bro. Thank you for allowing me to, you know, share this little story with you, bro. And you have a blessed day.
Block movement, MOB, I'm stamped to prove. If you want the static, about to let this beast loose. Picking up work, kickstands in the birdie, pushing Libras a crates, breaking down the wide girly. Workers for the team, running out of product early.